right, everyone. Welcome to Rhythm and Roads. I'm your host, Joshua Jacob. We have a very special guest. We have Cindy Gutierrez, Krapp, owner of Agahaá Hat Co in
Hi,
Paso, Texas. So, yeah, welcome, Cindy.
thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you on. And I look forward to hearing your story as well. I've heard a lot of great things about you, and
Oh,
I know, so I'm so truly grateful to have you on Rhythm and Roads to share your story.
well, thank you for inviting me.
Yes, I do want to get to know just, I know you're an entrepreneur, and so I like to know just how long, or actually the beginning of the start of where all that started of you starting your own business, and a little bit about yourself as well.
Well, it started off by uh, wanting a hat that was more traditional, like Native American, basically embracing my indigeneity.
Okay.
Just when I was still in New York City, living there, and that's when I made my first hat and learned bead weaving. I started attending towards the very end before moving to El Paso,
Okay.
the American Indian House in the Lower East Side, and it was a great experience. Even though I only got to go, like four times, I felt so connected, and I was very happy that I found a place right before I left,
Mm.
and then moved to El Paso. And a year after being here, so we moved here in 2018,
Okay.
and Agahaa Hat Co started in 2019. So I
Oh,
hustled to get it going.
you did. Wow, that was quick.
And yeah, and my debut was Las Artistas, 2019.
Oh, wow, very
Yeah.
cool. And so I thank you for sharing that. I do want to ask, so what was the inspiration of you wanting to be an entrepreneur started? Like, how did you get the idea for, like, do you have family or friends that are entrepreneurs, or you're just like, you know what, I want to do that, or
No, not really. I mean, I have friends that I've met when I moved here that own businesses, but
okay,
I started Agahaa Hat Co as a Native American owned company that wants people to embrace in their own indigeneity, and other people to hopefully embrace what I make.
yeah, yeah,
uh, and so it's not necessarily a capitalistic venture. It was more about identity for me. And it's more of an art project than it is business.
is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Well, I've seen some of your hats on your Instagram. I mean, they're
Mhm.
very well made. It looks very beautiful the way they look, structured. I mean, I would love to. That's why I would love to come by your shop sometime and actually
Yeah.
put them on.
Thank you.
As you could tell, I know a lot of my interviews always I'm a cap
A
guy.
cap guy.
Yeah. But yeah, so that point of you having your business, and then
Mhm.
from that point when you started on day one, and like how did you feel as an entrepreneur of just the fact of like, okay, I started this business, like was it like what was the journey like? You know what I mean? Because I've seen Shark Tank, I've seen other shows very similar, and I know sometimes that first year they say it's the hardest.
So I started off in my home studio,
Okay.
uh, and that's basically this room that I'm in right now.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And I ended up on the news and in some articles, and it got to the point where people were showing up to my house without letting me know, and then that was just a little too
Okay.
much for me. So I thought that it's time to leave the house, right?
Okay.
And that the space I shared the space with two other people on Montana, and that was 2021.
Oh, wow.
And so yeah, and that was on Montana and Ochoa, and I was there for two years, about a little bit more than 2 years,
Oh, okay.
and then I outgrew that space and moved to Alameda on Texas, like where Alameda and Texas meet, and I was there for a year, but sadly that was last year. And that's when I found out at the beginning of the year, after I had already moved in, that something was wrong.
Mm,
And my cancer treatment surgery started in May. So it was a very short time for me to actually be there full time.
wow.
From then on, it was just almost impossible. But
Yeah.
so I was open for 3.5 years in a
Wow.
brick and mortar. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm back in my home studio because I just couldn't. I was still going through radiation when the end of the year happened. So, or at the end of the year. So I just decided to close for a bit because I couldn't take the stress of running a business and being in treatment.
Wow. Well, I just want to say thank you for sharing that. And I do want to speak on that topic on when you found out,
Mhm.
and I wanted, so as you can tell, as those that know me, as my late mother had cancer, and when we found out, it was just very hard news and very
Mhm.
devastating. It was like the world stopped, right?
Yep.
For
And
you,
for the cancer patient, it does feel like it does
yeah.
stop.
No, I bet.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm dealing with all these allergies.
That's okay. Me too.
I'm like, oh my God, yeah. But so in that moment when you found out, I mean, how did you and your family just handle it? What was your thoughts going through that?
Um, well, it was a little I when I first found out, I was told
Mhm.
it was stage 0 and it would be no big deal, surgery and radiation.
Okay.
After the surgery, it they did the pathology and it turned out it's not stage 0 and it is stage 2 HER2 positive, which is an aggressive form of cancer.
Wow.
And I found out 2 weeks later. So I'm thinking, okay, it's stage 0. This is horrible, but the outlook looks great.
Hmm.
And so I go to the surgeon's office and find out it's actually not what they told me.
Wow.
And that's when I feel like my world just,
Yeah. Just stopped.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it was it was to the point where they're like, okay, you need to get into surgery. And as soon as I got my surgery, I had to get I started chemo. They didn't even wait for me to get my port. I ended up getting it, intravenously, like in my arm.
Wow.
And it was like I didn't even have time to think about my business. It was like that 2 weeks. It's all surgery. I mean, not surgery, but chemo, and then it just started, and it was, I don't know, difficult. And then you do feel like things pause. I felt like I was in one place for a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Like, thank you for sharing that. And that is how my mom felt. She told me, she's like, I just felt like everything I had planned and what I'm doing
mhm,
now, your life changed in a sec where you have to now focus on appointments, focus on chemo.
yep.
And man, I kind of, and your husband, how did he handle it when he
He
found
was he handled it as well as he could. He was there for me, took me to chemo. He would make, it's hard to eat. I'm sure your poor
out?
mom. Whatever I could crave, if I could, and eat what, he would go get it for me, or,
Wow.
fruit or yogurt or whatever I could. He was there and it did so much for me, took care, helped me shower, all of it, like, yeah,
Man, you have an
I'm very
incredible
grateful.
husband. There's so much there for you. Oh my God. That's
And to
awesome.
top it, it's even more worse because his dad was also going through cancer treatment,
Oh, are
and
you
we would be in the
serious?
same infusion room together.
Really?
It's not funny, but I have to just like
Wow.
chuckle. And sadly, he passed away in February.
Oh, this
His dad,
past?
yeah, this February 28th. So it's hard. It's
Oh,
been a hard year.
yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, I take it your dad, I mean, your husband was very close to his dad.
It was close. I mean, he worked with them since he was a kid in their gas station when they had the gas station.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, and I mean, we were gone for 20 years in New York, so
Oh,
there was a
okay.
huge gap. But
Yeah, of
I mean, it's our parents, right? We
course.
When we lose a parent, it is an experience that, I mean, I lost my dad too, and I can't even explain how bad it feels to lose a parent.
Oh, like, yeah, I know how it feels.
Yeah.
Yeah, your mom, is she still around
She's
or?
still around. Yeah,
Oh, that's
she would
good.
help. Yeah, she would take me to radiation sometimes if my husband had to
Yeah,
work. Yeah.
yeah. And I want to say just the fact of losing someone like you said with your dad. I mean, losing my mom, it's the worst life experience ever, especially when you're very close to them.
Hmm.
Because I mean, she was like everything to me. She
Hmm.
supported and just was there, prayed for me, encouraged me, just and then when that's taken from you, it's like part of you is taken and you never will get that back.
Mm-mm.
And you live your life every day of just like, dang, there's that missing piece,
Mm-hmm.
and it sucks. And I bet I have her here though, her
Oh,
fingerprints. I have her
oh, that's
fingerprints.
awesome.
They asked me, they're like, would you like anything from your mom of like
Hmm.
remembrance? Because she wanted to be cremated, and
Oh, and my dad too.
yeah, and I said,
But
well,
uh-huh. Go on. I'm
oh
sorry.
no, they had options, and I didn't know this was even available. But they're like, well, we could put her
Wow,
fingerprints, so I have her name and her fingerprints. That way, always her touch of her love, always with me.
that's awesome.
Yeah, but yeah, even to lose, like you said, your dad, it's just hard.
Mm-hmm.
This month has been hard for me.
Yeah.
I know we don't know each other that well.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
but the thing
the
is like,
anniversary is hard, right?
yeah, no, it is, and especially Mother's Day that just came up 2 weeks
Oh,
ago.
that's true.
That was hard, and even almost 4 years, it still feels like it's yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
and I want to ask just so with your business that you have, I'm glad that you have something that keeps you going
Right.
through that side that's the dark of what you're going through, and I feel
Mhm.
for you because of what I've seen with my mother and other friends, and I'm just like, I'm glad that you have something that still keeps you alive to want to pursue. I love my business. I'm doing this. Everyone is just very supportive of you. I mean, is that how it's been since both sides of the journey?
Yeah, it's been very supportive. Also, it's hard, still being in treatment
Yeah.
and having problems from having the surgeries. Um, I just, the patience from the person ordering is very important, and I'm grateful for that.
Mm,
That sometimes I can't work for a week because I hurt or I'm swollen, and um, that's where the support being outside of even my business, because I was shown so much support, at the end when we were closing and everything, which was amazing. They were all there for me. And now I'm at home, and whoever orders is supporting me in a different way, understanding what I'm going through. So,
right.
but yet wanting a piece of something that I make. So that I'm very grateful for that.
Well, I'm really grateful that you do have your support of your, I guess, the fans of your.
I'm like, please be patient with
They're like, no, we'll stay loyal. Don't worry, we're not going
it.
nowhere.
Yeah.
And I want to ask, do you have kids
Oh, no.
oh, okay, so it's you and your husband?
It's
Okay.
just me and my husband and our two dogs. I guess
Oh, cool.
dog kids.
I know. I'm a dog lover too. So,
Yeah.
um, do you have any hats around you that you like to show or just wear,
Oh,
or any
well,
favorites?
I mean, I have, uh, I mean, this one, it's not finished because he's going to come in.
Okay.
But because when he's here, we're going to steam the brim to curve it.
Oh, cool. Okay.
But this is for a customer, that I've been working on, and
Wow.
he wanted ribbon. I don't know if you could see that
Yeah.
it's two-tone.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So here's one. I have another one in my dining room. I'd have to, yeah, see, I have to spread out.
No, it's fine.
Um, and I bead wove a hat band for the hat, and so I could show you that, but I have to go grab it.
No, I mean, if you don't want to, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's very small in here, but I'm grateful to have this room, and I feel like comforted by this little room.
Well, that's your safe haven, right?
Yeah, totally.
That's your when you're there, you're just in the zone of just what you love.
Yeah, I forget what's happening,
And that's
and
good.
that's good. But sometimes and I know your mom understood this, but sometimes you're down and you
Mm,
just you're like, how do I get out of this? And sometimes making something with your hands, for me, that helps me a lot to
yeah.
force myself into the room and get it going. And then
Right.
it just kind of goes away, and then I'm in what I'm doing. So,
Yeah. Wow.
yeah.
Yes, I can remember some moments where she had to keep herself busy
Hmm.
mentally because if it's just focused on that, it's like you
Yeah.
just get lost in that,
Yeah.
and
It's unhealthy for sure.
it is, yeah.
Yeah.
And so with the business, how long, I'm sorry to ask again, but how long you been doing this business? Or
I started in 2019.
19. Wow, it's been some time.
25, but I started my hats in New York, so it's actually been longer.
Oh,
uh
okay.
yeah, so it's been about 8 years, 9 8.
8, 9 years around there.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
That's so cool. You lived in New York. I mean, Never been there. I'd love to go, but
Mhm.
man, I mean, do you miss it or
No.
no?
I mean, I was there for 20 years. I miss
Oh,
the
okay. Yeah,
food.
that's
I miss the food a lot.
the
That
food.
I
Okay.
miss. I miss not being able to walk
Mm,
everywhere. That those are the things that really bother me.
yeah.
Not being able to walk, and yeah, food. Food is huge.
Yeah. No, yeah, I heard the food out there is incredible. Yeah. So
Mhm.
that would probably be my one stop once I get there. Okay, let's try
Yeah.
the food.
Yeah.
So Cindy, for them to want to like order your hats, what's the process like? Because for those that don't know how the process starts, if they want a hat created from you.
Well, I do have my shop phone still, so they could call me or text me. We
Oh,
set up
okay.
an appointment and
Oh,
they come in and we could, if they already have an idea, that makes the process go way faster.
okay.
So we go over, I measure their head, look at their head shape, and then we go over color, style, brim width,
Hmm.
crown height, like all of these hat band, like so many things that go into it. And sent deposit, and
Mhm.
then the remaining when the hat is ready and it fits them, and then they pay the remaining balance.
Oh, cool.
So, and I also offer afterpay.
Oh, you do?
But yes,
That's
but
cool.
sadly, all these tariffs that are happening,
Mm.
everything's going to go up. And right now it's still at the price point, but I'm not sure how much longer that's going to be because everything is now going to cost me more.
Oh, okay.
Sadly. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Mhm.
I mean, so I guess you'll keep us updated if the
Yeah,
actual
I
gonna
mean,
wear it.
it'll be updated on my website.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Well,
I'm
that's
a
a good
little
option
bummed
to
about
have.
them.
For like, now that you have that right now, for people who want to do that.
Yeah.
One of my favorite, actually, the hats that I've noticed on a music artist, he's actually a guitarist from U2.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you're fans of U2 or know of them.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
I
The Edge, back in the 80s of like the Joshua Tree album, he
mhm.
was wearing a certain hat that was black, but it
Uh-huh.
was very unique. It was very nice, and I just was like, wow, I mean, that'd be cool to wear one like that.
Uh-huh.
I always liked his look. I always liked the way he presented himself with certain hats, trench coats. But I'll send you a picture and you can
Yeah,
see what
send
I
me a
mean.
photo. I'm trying to look it up right now.
Also, it's the
Yeah,
Joshua
send it to
Tree.
me.
Yeah, I'll send it to
Joshua.
you. Joshua Tree album from U2, and then The Edge. He's the guitarist. And then that photo shoot that they were doing, he was wearing a certain hat.
Oh yeah, I see it.
You see
It
it?
looks like
Okay.
open crown hat, but if you have better images, that'd be
Okay.
awesome.
I'll
Yeah,
probably.
it looks like that the open crown style.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's what I made myself. The very first hat was that style, an
Was it
open
really?
crown
That was your
with
first?
beadwork. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, yeah,
All
if
right, let
that,
me see. Actually,
yeah,
I
go ahead.
can't tell you. Send me photos because it
Okay.
looks different in another photo.
Oh,
Okay.
no. Well, I'll do my best to find them, but I was all like, I wonder if Cindy knows how to make that kind of style of hat because,
Oh yeah. And all of my hats, like in the shapes, they're all hand creased.
oh,
So
there.
I shape to the open crown mold, and then from there I crease it to the shape.
Wow. I really need to stop by and check it out. I
Yeah,
just
you should.
very fascinated by just certain businesses that do, their own work at their house, or I'm like,
Hmm.
see it in person is a different experience.
Yes,
Uh,
definitely.
so if you'd like to share to the viewers
Mhm.
on how they can find your website, information about processing an order.
Texting me, if you live in El Paso, you can text or call me.
Okay.
Could set up an appointment. My website is agahahatco.com.
Okay.
And my Instagram is Agahaa Hat Co too. And you could send me a message on Instagram also, or and then browse through the website and my Instagram because there's so many. I make different hat bands, but there's so many ways to change color, beads, and so there's so many possibilities that I think if you're interested in that hat band or something, you will get inspired in your own expression as in color way and what inspires you because
Okay.
that's pretty much how I work by our city or the beauty of our city, the mountains, the sky, the sunset, everything, color, the desert. It's so beautiful. So I'm very inspired by that, but sometimes the customer may not be. So
Mm.
maybe whatever they're inspired with, that would help with a design for a hat band.
Mhm.
But yeah, so just text, phone, and I'm not sure if you're going to put it down in your podcast, my phone, the shop phone number, or
I can.
okay.
I can put it in there in the showing up right now.
Yeah, but
If it's
it's
okay
most,
with
and
you.
if you don't live here, I do Zoom calls or we correspond on the phone
Okay.
and we go over all that information too.
Oh, thank you for sharing that information. Yeah. And I guess
It's
we'll get your
fun.
phone number later. That way I can post it.
Yeah.
Um, so I do want to ask, knowing that you did say this is inspired by Native Americans as well, or the
Yes.
culture, it,
Yes.
do you go to Ruidoso much because of?
I used to when I was a kid. So I'm Navajo and Mescalero Apache and
Oh,
Yaqui.
okay.
And my mom, we would go to the Mescalero Apache reservation in the spring when I was young.
Okay.
And then we moved to California, so that all ended. But we would go and just hang out, and there would be ceremonies, and
Yeah.
we'd go to the Mescalero Apache rodeo.
Mm.
Uh, and yeah, those are my fondest memories. And I'd always come back with a pair of moccasins. So
Do you really?
yeah, I was like, ooh, my moccasins. Um, but yeah, and then but we moved to California, so that all just kind of disappeared for
Mm.
us. So basically, I'm just that's my journey is embracing who we are,
Yeah.
as a people.
And do you have certain hats that are inspired by that? By
Oh, all my hats are.
oh, they are all of them.
Yeah,
Okay.
all my hats are pretty much old style, not contemporary
Okay.
cowboy. They're more like Southwest native,
Southwest.
very um I just look at old historical photos of just shapes and I love like sometimes they're all like crooked and because they're worn like
Oh
they
yeah.
wear
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um
That's so
and
cool.
the beadwork, yeah, but I design my own bead woven patterns
Oh, you do as
oh
well.
yeah, no, I don't take from other anybody.
Yeah.
But yes, like I said, inspired by our landscape pretty much.
Yeah, the culture. And that's what I love
Yes.
also about Rio Doso is the beauty, the
Oh,
landscape.
it's gorgeous. Yeah.
Oh, especially the In and Mountain Gods when I'm up there. I'm like, oh, I
Uh-huh.
want to live here.
It's beautiful. And then my husband and I would go up to what is the name? We'd go snowboarding.
Oh,
Uh
Ski Apache?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
that's cool. I've never been up there to ski. I just drove up there once and then they had a certain, I guess the ride where that takes you up and then
uh-huh. The
yeah,
lift.
the lift. Is it the
Uh-huh.
lift?
Uh-huh.
It was closed because it was going to rain or
Oh,
I'm like,
okay.
dang, I drove from El Paso for this. But they're like, it still was a fun experience. Made it work.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. So well, I want to say, Cindy, thank you so much for coming on Rhythm and Roads, sharing your journey, and just I want to do ask, and I know this is a very, I guess, a subject that's very sensitive, but for those viewers that are watching that may be going through something with their family or friends or close loved ones of maybe of a certain cancer that they might have or a disease and they can relate, especially what I can relate with my late mom. What
Mhm.
can you give them of a certain just maybe some inspiration, some hope of something that you are sharing from your own journey for them
So you're saying give the people who are the relative of the person that's sick?
or the person watching?
Um,
You know, for anyone who might have someone that might be going through it, just like, man, like just to give that, just to have some inspiration from you of your journey, just to say, hold on, keep going. I've been through it, you know? Oh, I think you froze up. Oh, there you go. Okay, you're not
so
froze up
to
anymore.
people who are supporting a person, huh?
Oh,
Oh,
sorry,
okay.
you froze up for a
So
second
to the
on the
people
screen.
who are going or oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, am I back?
No, no, you're back.
um, so to the people who are okay, yeah, my internet's bad right now. Okay. Um, to the people who are relatives of the person who is going through this cancer treatments, um,
Or they might, or the
you
one watching
are
might be, you know?
okay. I'm just, you are amazing to the person who's going through something.
Mm,
If you are there for them, and what if you're a friend or a relative that can't visit all the time? And it's also actually really hard for the person who's in treatment to get a
mm,
lot of visitors. It's exhausting. You don't feel well. So just your thoughts, a card, um, is going to make the person feel better. Like I would get a basket full of like lotion and soaps, and it became my treat basket that I would go and pull something out to cheer me up. So those things, like for you to be a person supporting someone going through this, there's ways to be there for them when you can't, or you the person can't handle too many people around, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
There's ways to show that you're thinking of them. So if you send them something, they're thinking of you every time they go to that, whatever you sent them,
Yeah.
or watercolors or something that will inspire the person who's going through this treatment and will brighten their day and make them think of like it will you will think of them, the person who gifted you these things.
Oh, you kind of froze up
I
for
don't
a
know
second.
if that makes a lot of sense,
There
but
you
for
go.
me, that was huge. Who is the relative? Okay. I'm not, I don't know what to say. Just like hang in there. You're the person who is
Yeah.
getting them through this horrible time. I I don't even I feel like I'm not even out of it yet, so I feel a little I don't know what to say,
Yeah.
you know. Um yeah, I don't know. It's
No,
very
no, I
difficult.
appreciate, no, yeah, I appreciate you sharing. You actually did your screen froze up a bit. So I was all like, oh wait, no,
Oh, okay.
but not right
Oh,
now,
no
but it was
wonder
like,
you're looking like, what is going on?
I'm like, no, but
Okay.
no, so I want to add to that as well. One thing, and thank you for sharing what you did, and it was very, is yes, being there for certain people that were going through stuff, and I went to be their support. There will be times where they do need their time for
Mm-hmm.
themselves, and then there will
Yeah,
be times where they do need you there.
right.
But don't take it personal that they don't
Nope.
want to see you. Just as
Right.
like we all need our space, and there's times
Yeah.
when people do
Or
need
they,
space going through that.
yeah, they can't. I couldn't text back. I couldn't, like,
Yeah.
not that I couldn't physically, but mentally, you can't. It's almost like you're in the survival mode that you just have to shut down to preserve yourself. So yeah, don't get offended. Don't take it in any negative way because this person's going through a lot. I mean, you're dealing with mortality.
Yeah. And I want to also add, for those that are going through a certain disease like cancer
Mhm.
or anything like that, just try your best just to be with family and your close friends. Hold them tight. I know with my mom when she was going through it, it was me, my brother and I, her
Mhm.
mom, her sister. It was just that circle kept also, and also her faith as well, her belief, and just
Mhm.
everything in that circle was just what helped get through the dark times. Of
Mhm.
course, there's always the good and the bad, but it
Mhm.
helped. And so what I'm just saying is, yes, be around people very close to you. Those that
Yeah.
will be there through the good and bad, that can
Mhm.
handle the bad and the
Right.
good because they love you
Exactly.
unconditionally.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, that's true.
but thank you, Cindy.
Thank you.
I really look forward to meeting you in person. I really want to.
Oh.
Well, I already want to go there right now. Like I'm on my way. Like I'm gonna go right now, but I can't today. But no,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll definitely keep you in prayers and send good vibes your way and just I mean, I wish there's just, that's the thing about for us, it's like you want to do something as much as you can, but that's the thing with my mom. I wasn't her savior. I wasn't super,
No.
I was just her son.
Right.
But what I could do is love her unconditionally the best that
Mhm.
I could. And
Mhm.
that's sometimes when I'm close to people that I'm like, I mean, I'm here to love you. I'm here to be there for you. I'm here to support. That's all I can do.
Yeah.
I visit you but in the end, I can't make you better.
No, there's nothing. Yeah.
But I can make you better with me here to cheer
Mhm.
you up and bring your spirits up.
Mhm.
It just for those moments do count. Every
Yeah.
every moment counts.
Yeah. The thought of, of the person thinking of you and coming by,
Yeah.
dropping something off, knowing, oh, maybe they can't be up for a long time,
Right.
they
Right.
it's 15 minutes, 30 minutes. That's okay. But
Whatever it is.
yeah, and I'm like, I
Mm.
wouldn't last. After 30 minutes, I was done. Like
You were done.
I was like, I gotta fall asleep.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All right, Cindy. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. I know you're very busy, especially with your business. But I would love to come by your shop and just get the experience there and see everything. And we will definitely be here to support you. And I know you have a lot of fans of your work and who you are.
Oh, thank
Especially, I believe there was a certain, I think her name is Ian Cole. And she's,
you.
yeah, she's like, oh, you should interview her. I love her. And I'm like, okay.
Oh,
Yeah. So,
thank you. I gotta
you're-
thank her too.
yeah.
Oh, if she's hearing, thank you.
Yeah, she'll see it. I know once I post it, she'll be like, "Oh, cool. All right." But thank you, Cindy, again, and yeah, we love just to be here for you, and we will put your website up so that way they can look into your shop and see what they can order for you.
Okay, great. Thank you so much
Yeah, thank
for
you guys
inviting
for.
me.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you on the next episode.